The court of our most noble King William Shakespeare is now in session. The Honourable Judge presiding. Pray, be seated.
Good morrow, fair folk. We gather here to deliberate upon the charges laid against Angelo. Angelo, would you rise? In respect with the charge of abuse of power, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
With respect to the charge of sexual harassment, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
With respect to the charge of attempted sexual assault, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty. With respect to the charge of corruption and bribery, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And with respect to the charge of conspiracy to commit murder, how do you plead? Did the jury hear that? I would like to pass on the list of charges to the jury. You may be seated. We are now going to hear the opening statements. First, from the prosecution.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Your Honor, and the entire court, please I plead for your empathy, be visual, and try to imagine yourselves in this situation. A young maiden who is about to dedicate her life to the church and transition into a virgin nun hears about her brother's arrest and soon to be beheaded. Devastated by such news, she rushes to the Duke, only to find out that the Duke has left Vienna and the person responsible for her brother's soon-to-be death is a temporary substitute of the throne, none other than Lord Angelo. Satisfied by power and the misery of others, Lord Angelo made some sickening, nauseating, disgusting demands upon the young maiden. He demanded her to sleep with him and dispose her bodies of treasure to him, outside of wedlock. It must be kept in mind that all these demands are made under manipulation, persuasion, and poisoning of the young mind. Now imagine if this was your daughter, your little girl, put on a pedestal to choose between her self-respect and proving to be a good sister by a disgusting creature drunk on power. Claudio, a man charged with impregnating a woman outside of wedlock. Not just a woman though, a woman that he loves, a woman that he chooses to marry and forced to be separated due to her shortage in dowry. Claudio owned up to his wrongs and takes full responsibility. Such sincerity deserves a lighter punishment. Most men run away from such responsibilities. Does Claudio not deserve to meet his unborn child? Is the baby not worthy of experiencing its father's love? Does Juliet deserve the pain of mourning her betrothed and carrying a baby at the same time? Claudio is a man of his word. He preaches truth and nothing but the truth. He is responsible and wise. He has a heart and accepting of his mistakes. On the contrary, Lord Angelo is none of the above. After supposedly sleeping with Isabella, the defendant carried on demanding Claudio's head, with specific instructions of his head to be delivered to him. This proves to us that nothing that defendant says can be believed or taken into consideration. Lord Angelo has proven to us multiple times to be a liar, also on multiple occasions. He says he has gone as far as lying to the Duke while looking at him straight in the bullets of the eyes. On a final note, we charge Lord Angelo with conspiring on attempted murder of Claudio, sexual assault, sexual harassment of Isabella, treason of the Duke and his throne, fornication with Mariana prior their marriage, and last but not least, corruption and bribery, not only on the desire of Claudio's head secretly, but also in regards of wanting to sleep with Isabella in exchange of Claudio's liberty. Thank you.
All right. Can we have the opening statement from the defense?
cordial greeting to the court and the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. We are Advocate Ntangula and Advocate Ntuli, and we have the honor of defending Lord Angelo. The prosecution has painted a picture, but as you will see, the reality is far from the illustrated. As a defense, we are here to show you that the prosecution is simply blowing this whole case out of proportion. For most of it is simply a case of he said, she said. As the deputy of Vienna, Lord Angelo had the duty of upholding the law and restoring order to our city, which he did without a doubt. He was faced with the challenge of addressing corruption, moral decay, and prostitution, which had our city in a chokehold. In the deputy's attempts to fulfill his duty, he may have acted with severity, but it was all with a good intent, and his intentions were rooted in a desire to serve the greater good. Let me ask you all a question. If you caught a child with their hand in a cookie jar, would you not punish them so that everyone would be safe from their stealing spree? That is exactly what Angelo was doing after Claudio had fallen into the cookie jar. Throughout this trial, we will demonstrate that although Angelo's actions were flawed, they were motivated by a commitment to enforce justice and a desire to protect the dear citizens of Vienna, myself, and everyone else around us. We will show that he was indeed manipulated and deceived by the very individuals who now seek to condemn him. Quite hypocritical, if you ask me. I urge the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to take into consideration the context of which Angelo acted, and to evaluate the evidence presented in this trial with a critical perspective. Let us not make a hasty decision, but rather strive to uncover the truth in all its complexity. As a defense, we beseech that you keep an open mind and that you join us on this journey as we erase the distorted picture of Angelo to prove his innocence. Together, we should seek to understand the complexities of human nature and the difficult choices that we all face on a day-to-day basis in pursuit of justice and morality. Thank you.
All right. We're now going to have the prosecution presenting any evidence and calling forth their witnesses.
Your Honor, we present two letters written and signed by Lord Angelo, one of the execution of Claudio secretly and the other of another written to Isabella directly for her to meet him in a secret garden
Would you read aloud so the entire court can hear? Angelo's handwriting is terrible.
By the unyielding authority entrusted to me, I decree that Claudio's fate be sealed at the break of dawn. The relentless hammer of the law falls upon him, and there shall be no reprieve. You are to ensure the execution is carried out with exacting precision.
Tarry not,
Tarry not,
nor question my command.
for any hesitation shall be deemed an affront to the very essence of our judicial order. In this dark hour, let the swift hand of justice strike true. Fulfill this order with unwavering resolve. Unflinching.
Angelo.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection,
We would
Your
like to question the chain of custody before this notice presented in court.
And we have a reasonable evidence that our client did not sign
Let us hear the second piece of evidence and then we can view.
Dearest Isabella, under the cloak of night, when the stars themselves whisper secrets, I beseech thee to venture forth. By the light of the silvery moon, find the path to my garden, where the whispers of fate shall guide you to my presence. Enclosed within this missive, you shall find 2 keys. One to breach the iron gate that guards the sanctuary of our meeting, and the other to unlock the door to my chamber, where destiny awaits. Hasten, dear Isabella, for the hour grows late, and our fates are intertwined by threads of urgency. Let not the shadows deter thee, for within them lies the problem and promise of salvation for thy brother. Yours in fervent hope, Angelo. It's not a poem.
No one is signed as well, so this is fake.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Can we present our evidence? So, when the document was signed, my client was, for us, we are now for the court.
Did I not tell thee, yeah? Hadst thou not ordered, what dost thou ask again?
Exactly. So, therefore, this is irrefutable proof that my client, Angelo, did not sign the document, and therefore, the chain of custody.
Objection, Your Honor. It is stated clearly that in Act 4, Scene 1, that Angelo did write the letter, and in fact it was delivered to Isabella.
She's talking about scene 4, which happened after.
Act 4, which is clear that the defendant team does not know what they are here about. They do not know their story, and therefore JR's statement should be irrelevant.
So, my client here, during the signing of the document, my client was in a private meeting with their client, Isabella, therefore could not be, could have not been in present when the document was signed. And therefore we have irrefutable proof, because we have the fingerprints, the signature, and the handwriting of our client.
Which you can clearly see is not similar to the ones presented to you.
Objection, Your Honor. How do you know how the handwriting is like?
We can read.
His fingerprints clearly are the same color as the paper. Meaning that he wrote it.
Your Honor, may we speak without interruption?
But what is according to the book?
Okay, according to the missives that we do have, you can present to jury that the letter was written and delivered with 2 keys to Isabella, which means there was a letter.
Where did it come from?
Yeah, the signature's not the same as the other.
But the one of the attempted murder charge plead not guilty for he did not send the letter to execute.
The letter, the jury will make a decision as to the validity of the evidence. Alright, prosecution, you may call your first witness.
Our first witness will be a nobleman, a nobleman from Vienna, Lord Lucio.
Please come to the stand and be sworn in.
Place your hand upon the Bible. Crazy.
Dost thou solemnly swear, uphold thy honor, that the testimony thou art about to give in the matter before the court is the truth, the whole truth, and naught but the truth, so help thee God? You may proceed.
Lord Lucio, you are a friend of Claudio, is that correct? And you are a very much high-standing noble man. And usually noble men associate themselves with other noble men. And as you all know, Claudio is not a noble man.
Objection, Your Honor, badgering the witness.
So there must be something about Claudio. There must be some good in him that would catch your eye for you to bring this much of a close friend to him. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please describe describe your friendship?
Our friendship, okay, me and Claudio's friendship is like a sistership. We've been together for years and he has never backstabbed me nor disappointed me.
When Claudio got arrested, you went to him, is that correct? So you went to him and asked him about the reason of his arrest. Did he tell you why he was arrested?
He did.
What did he say?
He told me that he was in jail because he impregnated a girl.
So he owned up to his mistake, so you asked him. He took full responsibility for impregnating Juliet.
Yes, ma'am.
As a person in general, how would you describe Claudio?
I described Claudio as a noble man who didn't know what he was doing, and of course, he is a man of action.
So without his nobleness, he would still define him as noble.
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that his sentencing was fair?
Not really.
You told Isabella about Claudio's arrest, is that correct? How was her reaction to it?
At first, she acted shocked, but eventually, she just turned around.
And I understand that you advised her to go speak to the Duke and was even as generous as to accompany her to visit the palace. Now when you arrived to the palace, was the Duke there?
Yes, ma'am.
The Duke was at the palace. Did you speak to him? So, and I understand that you ended up being in contact with Lord Angelo. And how was he as a person? Kind, rude.
Objection, leading the
He
witness.
was very rude.
He was rude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I would assume and conclude to that hospitality. No further questions, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions for this witness?
Yo, this is gonna be crazy. Oh, Lucio. How is it? So we can test everything that we said to the students and yes, it's true. Okay. Why did you happen to be in a position to witness this alleged encounter?
Because I'm the one who made a suggestion to Isabella.
Okay. Thank you very much. How well do you know Angelo and what is your reputation or your relationship with him?
Know him, of course I know him. He's a man of high moral standing. Also, he would have it in me. But I've seen more corruption with him in charge. The man is a walking scandal, I tell you.
So, have you ever lied or misled anyone in the past? And including today? According to this very moment.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Is there a point to the question?
Which one is? I'm trying to prove.
Get to it quickly.
Okay. Have you ever lied or misled anyone in the past?
Not really.
Not really? Sure. So, would you say you're a reliable witness?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor.
The witness has
Question.
answered the question. Can we move forward?
Yes. So, are you friends with Isabella and did she influence your decision to testify against Angelo?
I am friends with Isabella. She knows she did not influence my decision.
Are you aware of any potential consequences or benefits that might come to you as a result of your testimony?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
The consequences that I might be lying and might be.
So therefore, she's not a reliable source of information because she herself just admitted that she's lied.
I was just stating the consequences.
Exactly.
That if
You
I'm
are lying.
lying.
You are lying.
Objection, Your Honor. Battery.
Lying.
I'm not lying. Please stop badgering.
Okay, no further questions.
Alright, thank you. You may sit down. Alright, does the prosecution have any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Mariana.
Mariana, please can you take the stand?
solemnly swear upon thy honor that the testimony thou art about to give in the matter before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and naught but the truth. So help thee God.
Mariana, or should I say Lady Mariana, congratulations on your marriage. That was due 5 years ago. Mariana, you state to love Lord Angelo so much, so it is only fair to assume that he loves you back at the correct and same magnitude as you love him. Then why would your marriage take such a long time? Why would you wait 5 years? Why would he wait 5 years to marry you?
Angelo is a man who bows to his principles. Therefore, with the tragedy that struck a long time ago, it is the reason why.
So, he is a man of what?
That bows to his will.
Bows to his principles. Okay. And he left you when your brother drowned on a shipwreck with your dowry. Is that correct? And you will still view him as a good person?
Always.
Okay. Even after everything, even after he confessed, he chose death than to marry you. And you will still view him as a good person?
Always.
Okay. After what he did, leaving you high and dry and your brother 6 foot deep, what makes you believe that he wouldn't do that to someone else, a random stranger that he does not know?
He is a man of integrity.
A man of integrity.
He loves what is right.
Except you. Oh. So you are telling me that your husband, right now, your husband, would value a stranger more than he would value you. He would take care of a stranger than he would.
Do you have a point?
Yes, Your Honor.
Get to the point quickly, please.
Okay, I'll skip it, it's fine. And I understand that on the night Angelo was supposed to sleep with Isabella, he slept with you.
Yes.
Okay. And I understand that he slept with you prior your marriage,
Yes.
therefore fornication,
Correct.
which is illegal in Vienna. Similarly to what Claudio did with Juliet. Therefore, it is right for Angelo to walk around free after fornication, yet Claudio is supposed to be beheaded for it.
Objection.
How is this relevant as we are already married?
You slept with him prior your marriage, that's the
But we
point.
are married right now.
But it was prior your marriage, that's the point. Okay. Why did you agree to have the Duke when he told you about Angelo and his plans?
He came to me as a friar, a noble man, and of course, I would have it.
So you would have the Duke, you have the Duke, meaning that you agreed with him and you believed him when he said Angelo is planning this, and that.
Objection,
He is a
Your Honor.
friar.
Mariana helps the friar, not the duke, under false identity.
Okay, so the friar came to you and told you that Angelo is about to do this and that with Isabella, and you agreed to help. If you agree to help, it means that you believe what the friar is saying. Mind you, you have never met the friar, but you believe that Angelo would do these certain things, and you still agreed to help. Meaning that you know Angelo's capabilities, and you know the type of person he is.
The lead, the witness.
Every man has his faults. Who am I to judge Angelo based on?
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions for the witness?
Mariana, so from what we've heard, you have described Angelo as a noble man, a proper structure, am I correct? So would you care to share with the court your relationship with the accused?
I'm his ex-fiancé, but now,
Are you happy with that? Isn't it true that the Duke used his personal vendetta against Angelo to manipulate you to do this?
I assume so.
Objection, Your Honor. Wrong.
Under what
Under what
ground? On what grounds?
Using the false identity, it's the fair, is it not?
Yeah,
It's
but
false
it's a
identity.
false identity.
Does he have,
Then
does he-
fair. Afraid
does he have certifications?
of what?
Come through.
Objection on a false identity.
Okay, let me
It's
rephrase.
the fair, not you.
Let me rephrase. Isn't it true that the Freya uses personal vendetta against Angelo to manipulate you into doing all these accused wrongdoings? Did I say raping Angelo?
Yes.
So how do you know the Duke for Freya? Did I say?
He came to me with Isabel with a proposition of what is going on and what I should do.
Can you elaborate on the proposition?
He wanted me to sleep with Angelo in place of Isabel.
And what did you gain from this interaction?
My self-respect and the man whom I love.
Love. Can you confirm that the Freya and Isabella conspired to frame Angelo, having his way with Isabella, knowing you would take her place?
I assume so.
So, what do you think the Freya stands to gain from Angelo's downfall, or Isabella? And how will they improve after framing Angelo?
Could you please rephrase the question?
How would the plaintiffs gain from defaming Angelo?
Angelo goes to jail and Claudio is safe.
But Claudio committed a sin, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Objection, Your Honor, similar to the defendant. How is that relevant?
Okay. So,
I do see the relevance in the comparison between the victim or the accused crimes and the crimes brought against Claudio.
even though it is similar to Claudio's case, may I say that Claudio impregnated his adopted cousin? Is it not?
My cousin Juliet, is she your cousin? Isabella? Adoptedly, as schoolmates change their names, by vein through apt affection.
So there is no blood to connect them.
But still,
Simply close friends between the sister and his fiancée.
but as it is clearly stated, Angelo had the intention of marrying Mariana. Is there any proof that Claudio had the intent of marrying his cousin? No. Can you explain why you waited until now to speak out instead of talking out sooner?
I did not know that the fire was in the game.
So you're also a victim of manipulation.
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Witness may step down. Does the prosecution have any other witnesses?
Yes.
Call them.
The plaintiff, Isabella.
Isabella, please come forward.
No, 1918. Claudio.
Okay, Claudio, you being called. Claudia.
Place thy left hand on top of the Bible. Dost thou solemnly swear upon thy honor that the testimony thou art about to give in the matter before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and naught but the truth, so help thee God?
By the heavens and by the angels and by God. Yes.
Claudio, you were arrested, is that correct?
That is true.
And what were you arrested for?
I was rated for fornication.
And after your arrest, were you given any type of trial?
No.
So you were not given any type of trial.
No.
You were given no trial, no statement, no final words, no letter, not even a lawyer to represent you at court.
That is indeed true.
All legal steps and measures were ignored. All legal precautions were jumped, meaning that the jury wasn't put into consideration. This decision was made single-handedly without the advisor, I assume.
That is true.
This entire jury was not thought of in Angelo's doings and decisions makings. So why should he be put in consideration when he is now in this position. Why should he be believed or listened to? Well, that's very simple. He shouldn't, because he's guilty. Do you know Isabella?
Yes, I do. She is my sister.
Okay. While you were in prison, did you ever make contact with her? Did she come visit you?
Indeed.
And during her visit, did she ever speak about Claudio, about Angelo?
Yes, she did.
And what did she say?
She said that for me to live, she would have to sleep with Angelo in order to spare my life.
And who told her that she has to sleep with Angelo?
Angelo himself.
Objection, hearsay.
Let's allow the witness to speak.
Okay.
We will have to
And
question.
how did you react to this? When your sister told you such devastating news?
I was devastated.
And what was your advice?
I said that she shouldn't do it.
So you agree that what Angelo asked of your sister is wrong?
Indeed.
No further questions.
Defense, do you have any questions to the witness?
You are related to Isabella, correct?
That is true.
So, as you have said with the court, that you were convicted for, what do you say?
Fornication.
Fornication. So you admit that you knew it at the wrong time.
Indeed, I know.
Your Honor, the witness is clearly not sure on whether he committed the sin or not, thus making him a
Objection, Your
non-credible
Honor.
witness.
That's twisting the witness's name, words from his mouth.
But did he not say indeed, he didn't say no?
He said that he wasn't aware that it was a sin. He didn't say he did not do it.
Okay. So, how would you characterize your behavior and actions leading up to the arrest?
I was quite confused. I did not know what was happening. And I was wondering why I was convicted for this crime, especially in a place like Vienna.
But do you not know the law that fornication is a crime?
Indeed, I do.
Punishable by death?
But so forth, like everyone else, fornication was a common thing in a place like Mariana, and no one was convicted. And plus, even if I did fornicate, me and Julieta were going to get married after I knew her pregnancy.
Even if, saying as if you did not know.
What was I supposed to do?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading question.
Can it let it be known that their parents did not agree that they should be married? So what may they do?
Objection. The defense doesn't know their statements. Juliet does not have parents. So what are you talking about?
Hey, Baba.
Claudio is not currently the right of trial. Can we keep our questions to the relevant facts, which is the incident with Angelo?
Care to tell the court why exactly you got Juliet pregnant out of wedlock, despite knowing that against the laws?
Because I loved her.
So love is the reason to commit sin.
Is it not for all of us?
Interesting. How do you think your actions affected Juliet and your family?
Juliet, well, for once, again, I was sent to prison.
For love, you say.
Again, I was wrongly convicted.
Committing a sin, you're wrongly convicted. Sorry, carry on.
You may say that I was rightly convicted or wrongly convicted. Either way, fornication was very common in Vienna, and so forth. When I got Julieta pregnant, I did not there will be any consequences.
So wouldn't you say that Angelo was simply enforcing the existing laws of Vienna rather than acting out of mercy change?
I believe Angelo showed a sight of favoritism, if I may.
How?
My friend Lucio.
Objection, Your Honor. Intimidation. Objection, Your Honor. The lawyer, no.
Hand of clean.
No,
This is a
the
simple
lawyer,
It's a simple
no, the
answer
lawyer is
question, Your
pushing
Honor.
questions, forcing my client to answer questions that he doesn't have
It's
to.
a simple
It's
question, Your Honor.
irrelevant to the case.
On what grounds? It's a simple question. The witness is about to answer it. He doesn't have a problem
You are
with it.
forcing him to answer
Why
questions.
do you have a
He
problem
has
with it? He doesn't.
Okay. I see value in him answering the question as it leads to Angelo's actions against him. The charge of conspiracy to commit murder.
May you repeat the question?
Wouldn't you say that Angelo was simply enforcing the existing laws of Vienna rather than acting out of malicious intent? Mind you, the law that the Duke failed to enforce hence him running away.
I do not know of such things.
So what are you about to say about your friend Lucio? Remember, you're under oath.
I understand. Lucio came to visit me in prison. And of course, he asked me why I was in prison. And of course I said for fornication. The reason why Lucio was so surprised of my imprisonment is because fornication itself is a very common thing in Vienna.
But did he not marry the people that fornicated with?
I do not have answers to that question. I don't know.
So you say your claims are baseless?
I'm not saying my claims are baseless. I'm saying on what I know.
At least you don't have evidence to back it up.
Objection, Your Honor, badgering.
Do you have a point that you're getting to?
Move on, Your Honor. So how do you respond to allegations that Angelo was just doing his role rather than targeting you as a person?
I do not know Angelo's intentions. That is all I can say.
But did not state to the court that Isabella came to you in prison and told you Angelo's intentions? Your Honor, the witness is clearly lying, as he has previously stated that Isabella went to him in court, in prison, and told him Angelo's intentions.
Your Honor,
did you
the
not
client is being intimidated
Can
and
we not perhaps define the term intentions in this situation?
Your Honor?
Can you not define the term intentions in this situation?
Your Honor, I believe that is irrelevant. So, did you not agree with Angelo's demand to not ask Isabella to maybe work her way? Angelo?
No such things. I only asked Isabella to plead my case.
So, Your Honor, do you have any evidence?
Alright, can we move forward, please?
Sorry, Your Honor, we do have evidence that Claudio did in fact ask Isabella to do the alleged wrongdoing with Angelo.
Isabella, alas, Claudio, sweet sister, let me live. What sin do you save to a brother's life? Nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
objection, Your Honor. It was just a suggestion.
No.
A suggestion which
Can I just ask if this is relevant to Angelo's case or if you're putting Claudio on trial?
it is relevant
The
to.
trial that your client denied him.
Your Honor, we are simply trying to prove that Claudio is not a reputable
The jury's going
witness.
to want to recess because this is taking too long. There's a staff meeting happening in a few minutes.
Your Honor, we are simply proving that Claudio is not a reputable witness as he has lied on many occasions. No further questions.
Thank you, Claudio. Alright, prosecution, any more witnesses or do we move to the defense's witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Escalus, I think you did Escalus and then we still need to get
Place thy left hand on the Bible.
This might take more than one day. This trial.
Dost thou solemnly swear upon thy honor that the testimony thou art about to give in the matter before the court is the truth, the whole truth, and naught but the truth, so help you God?
the advisor of the group, is that correct?
That's true.
And therefore you help him in decisions making upon Vienna, especially if they're big ones.
That's correct.
And I understand that you advised the Duke to leave Angelo in charge of Vienna.
Yes.
Why, Angelo?
Because I thought he would be a great example to Vienna, but I was clearly wrong.
Did you know about Claudio's soon-to-be execution?
No, ma'am.
Did you know that Angelo met with Isabella? Did you know what Angelo demanded of Isabella?
No, ma'am.
So you're telling me that Angelo made a decision of executing someone without consulting with the advisor for wise
Objection,
advice?
Your Honor. Angelo is simply
thank you.
enforcing the laws of.
Now that you do know, now that you do you feel that this was the correct step to take?
No, I regret my decision for this matter.
So you agree that what Angelo did was wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Comparing personalities with the Duke and Angelo, would the Duke have handled the situation in the same manner?
No.
Would he have had a better approach, the Duke?
Yes, he would have.
Both with Isabella and Claudio?
Yes.
Then why did you not write to the Duke when all of this was happening?
The Duke asked for peace. He wanted to be left alone for some time, so I didn't want to bother him with any initiatives.
Okay, and I understand that you regret the decision you made with Angelo in charge. No further questions, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense or prosecution to bring the case
Excellence. Can you explain the reasons behind Angelo's appointment as deputy? Can you explain the reasons behind Angelo's appointment as deputy?
Excuse me, jury members, please pay attention to testimonies.
Yeah, please can you something?
Can you explain the reason behind Angelo's appointment as deputy?
I wanted to give the Duke a break, and Angelo was a good fit at that time.
Was there any form of change? Why?
Because we thought that he was a good.
Oh, you felt?
I felt as.
Oh, you felt. Okay. Were there any other people considered for the position of deputy before Angelo was appointed?
Yes, there were.
Who? You forgot. Okay. You forgot. Can you tell the court of the contents of the letters you received from the Duke in his absence? Remember, you are the oath.
Please repeat.
Can you tell the court of the contents of the letters you received from the Duke in his absence?
Objection, Your Honor.
Remember, you are the
Esco
oath.
has never received any letters from the Duke. It's in the book. He never did.
I'm tired for you.
You have to recess something. You know, the book goes in recess and then it
Okay, ma'am.
returns.
Can I finish?
By day.
Can I finish what I'm here and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What?
don't think to Mr. Transport.
What do you gain from supporting Angelo's appointment?
I wanted to help my Duke have a peace of mind, to relax, to think about the safety of Vienna and all.
So you made a very important decision based on your feelings.
Yes, because I wanted the Duke to be more,
Come to explain why you chose to support Angelo's strict rule despite clearly knowing the laws of Vienna. Clearly, can you care to explain why you chose to support Angelo's strict rule despite clearly knowing the laws of Vienna?
I did not support Angelo's rules.
Okay. You've been a vocal supporter of the law, yet you turned a blind eye to Angelo's supposed actions.
I was not informed about Angelo's actions. I only found out when he was confessing his actions. Nobody informed me.
We would like to request a postpone for the case.